family's truck is found still running on the side of a mountain road. Doors open, dog starving inside, and the parents, the child, all gone. No footprints, no struggle, nothing. And somehow, that's not the strangest disappearance on this list. Some mysteries don't fade, they wait. Some disappearances make sense. Someone gets lost, someone runs away, someone hides. But the cases we're about to go through, they break the rules of reality. Investigators dedicate entire careers to these mysteries and eventually retire with the same questions they started with. How does a person just vanish? Tonight, we're not just listing cases, we're gonna take a couple of steps into them. And once you step into a cold case, you don't always step back out. To start things off, we're gonna talk about the Bennington Triangle, the forest that doesn't give back. Vermont's Green Mountains look peaceful. Postcard lakes, quiet trails, fresh air. Exactly the kind of place people go to escape. But between 1945 and 1950, 5 people vanished from the same stretch of forest. Gone. No bodies, no tracks, no gear, nothing. Now the weirdest case is about a man named Mitty Rivers, an experienced woodsman leading a hunting party. He was literally in front of the group. He turned a corner on the trail and the group found only silence when they followed. No footprints, no broken branches, no sound of an animal attack. It was like the forest just swallowed him mid-step. Local Native American lore said the area was a place where the land is hungry. Search dogs whined and refused to enter certain parts, and the disappearances stopped just as suddenly as they began. As if whatever was taking people wasn't hungry anymore. Next, we're going to talk about the Springfield 3, a night that vanished. June 7th, 1992, graduation night. 2 girls, Susie and Stacy, head home with Stacy's mom, Cheryl. By morning, all 3 women are missing. Inside the house, you still got a few things like all their belongings, their purses, a freshly crushed cigarette, the TV still glowing, and the porch light shattered outward. Police think that the shattered porch light might have been the struggle point, but there's no blood, no fingerprints, and no signs of forced entry. And a neighbor swore they saw a strange man lurking in a van earlier that night. But the man disappeared too. The phone had one odd message on the answering machine, accidentally erased by officers who didn't realize its importance. Every investigator who's ever touched the file says the same thing. It's the cleanest crime scene I've ever seen. Too clean. Almost staged. A perfectly normal night turned into a vacuum. 3 people, 1 home, 0 explanations. Next up, we've got Flight 19, the squadron the sky erased. December 5th, 1945. 5 Navy TBM Avenger bombers take off on a routine training mission. No stress, clear weather. Then the radios start to fail. Everything looks strange. Even the ocean looks wrong. Compasses spin. Navigation contradicts itself. Voices fade in, fade out. The last transmission? Don't follow me. They look like they're from outer space. Yeah, that's an actual logged quote. Hours later, a rescue plane goes to find them. It disappears too. 6 aircraft, 27 men, and not a single piece of wreckage has ever been found, even with modern underwater mapping. The official Navy conclusion? Cause unknown. Unofficially, even seasoned pilots refuse to fly the same route for years. The Yuba County 5. The wrong turn that never unturned. 5 men, all with mild cognitive disabilities, attend a basketball game in 1978. They're excited, they talk about it for weeks. They stop at a store after the game, buy snacks, and then, you guessed it, vanish. Their car is found deep in the mountains, miles off any rational route. The engine works, the tank is full, the terrain, brutal. Inside a ranger cabin nearby, investigators found matches, blankets, canned food, a warm bed. None of it was touched. Now, months later, the thaw revealed 4 of the men, scattered miles apart, as if they wandered alone in different directions. The fifth man was never found. Coaches, friends, psychologists, everyone agreed these men would never walk willingly into the dark, freezing woods. So the question is, who led them there, and why? Jimmy Hoffa, the man too powerful to stay found. Hoffa wasn't some random union leader. He was one of the most powerful men in the country. Mob connections, political friends, enemies everywhere. And on July 30th, 1975, he waited in a parking lot for two mob associates. Witnesses saw him get into a car. After that, he's erased. No DNA, no car, and no confirmed sighting. Rumors stretched from him being buried under a giant stadium. To be clear, they scanned it, found nothing. To be cremated in a mob-owned furnace, to being shipped out of state as meat. Now, the FBI later admitted something stunning. They believe Hoffa's body was moved multiple times to destroy evidence. A powerful man went missing, and the world simply adapted. Sometimes the scariest disappearances are the ones people stop asking about. Now, the middle of the list, we've got the lost colony of Roanoke, the first American ghost story. Now, imagine leaving home, crossing an ocean, starting a new life in a new world, only to vanish from the timeline entirely. 115 settlers, homes built, farms planted, a functioning village. 3 years later, gone. Not ransacked, not burned, just missing. Now, the only clue, Croatoan, carved into a post. Croatoan. Theories range from assimilation to disease to violent conflict, but none fit the evidence. Ground scans show no mass graves, artifacts suddenly stopped. It's like 115 people simply walked off the page of history. It remains America's oldest unsolved disappearance, and probably the most unsettling one as well. The Dyatlov Pass incident, fear on the mountain. 9 hikers enter the Ural Mountains in 1959. Their tent is later found, slashed open from the inside. Inside the tents, they've got shoes neatly stacked, clothes in place, food partially eaten, and on the outside, they've got footprints leading into the snow, barefoot, single file, calm at first. Bodies were found scattered across miles. One had a fractured skull, one had a missing eye, one had crushed ribs with no external bruising, which is medically bizarre. One had radiation on their clothing. The Russian conclusion? Compelling natural force. Basically means we have no idea and we don't want to talk about it. This case is so eerie not because of what was found, but because of what wasn't. There's no predator, no avalanche, no enemy attack, just panic and then silence. The Soldered Children, the fire that didn't burn. Christmas Eve, 1945. A fire destroys the Solder family home. 5 children inside never reappeared. Fire experts say the flames weren't hot enough to completely destroy human remains. Not even close. Yet, investigators found no bones, no teeth, no fragments. Strange details stack up like dominoes. We've got things like phone lines cut before the fire, a ladder moved from its usual spot, a woman claimed she saw the children alive in a passing car, a Montana school teacher said that one of the Solder boys attended her class, and even a mysterious photo mailed years later with no return address. If the children died that night, where are the remains? If they didn't, who took them? Some disappearances felt like acts of nature. This one feels like an act of intention. The Jamison family, a desert that doesn't give answers. In 2009, the Jamison family drove into the mountains of Oklahoma. Their truck was found days later. Now, all their belongings were inside. $32,000 of cash was under the seat. Their dog was starving to death. And GPS showing a strange pattern of walking, almost like pacing. Now, their bodies weren't found until 4 years later, lying together in a position that didn't match foul play, suicide, or even exposure. Some of the theories include murder, cult activity, accidental death, or even staged disappearance. None matched the evidence. Police admitted We cannot even determine if a crime occurred, which is its own horror. The MV Hoita, a ship frozen in time. The Hoita left Samoa in 1955 with 25 people aboard. It was found 5 weeks later, partially flooded but completely afloat, over 600 miles off course. What was inside haunts investigators to this day. The lights were on, clock stopped at 10:25 p.m., those blood-soaked bandages, the navigational instruments stacked strangely, food prepared, but the lifeboats were missing. Experts concluded the crew abandoned ship for no logical reason. The Hoita was buoyant enough that she physically could not sink, meaning someone convinced 25 people to step into the open ocean at night with no distress call and no reason. The ship survived, they didn't, and the ocean kept the truth. When a case goes cold, people assume it's dead, but cold cases don't die. They sit, they wait, they whisper. Every one of these disappearances has something that doesn't add up. A missing detail, an impossible clue, a wrong turn that shouldn't have been taken. And I'm pretty sure the reason we can't solve them is because some mysteries weren't meant for us to understand. Not yet. Thanks for sticking around. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.